Hey everyone, my name is Gideon and I want to take you a moment to welcome you to U-Neac Ministry, and I want to share with you how you can connect with U-Neac and how you can offer your items, whether you're a farmer, whether you're just starting out with something, or maybe you just enjoy making something like canning, baking, making handmade soaps, whatever it might be, because there's so much things here in Lancaster that people enjoy making, but they don't know if they'd have customers for it, and they don't know if anyone is interested in their items. But the thing is, I have learned over the last years that there's so many people outside of Pennsylvania that want what we have here in Lancaster. So this U-Neac is a place where people from Lancaster can offer their items, and at the same time, people pretty much all over the United States can come to our website and can just look through all the amazing things that are available. They can place the order, and then either you can ship it directly to them, or if you can, or we can set it up that you just make the items and then they're sent to one of our locations, and then when the customer places the order, it'll be shipped to the customer. So there's so much potential in this, and I want to welcome you, kind of show you what it is, how it works, and how you can be a part of it. So first off, let's talk about who can be on here, or what you can make to have on here. And it can range from pretty much anything, whether you're a farmer, you want to sell your raw milk, or you want to make some butter, or maybe you're just a small homestead, a small family. Maybe you have 20 chickens or 100 chickens or 1,000 chickens. You want something, a little add-on to do that you do in the morning, and you want to sell some eggs. Well, the thing is, we can send eggs pretty much across the United States. Now, obviously, eggs don't want to be in transit too long, but we have packaging on how to package the eggs that makes them very safe, and um, you could pretty much get what you need as far as financially. Like if you need $4 a dozen for the eggs, there's people out there. If you had good chemical-free eggs that are raised on your homestead, they'll buy them. I mean, even $7. I mean, my little nephew is 5 years old, and his parents have like a 2 or 3 acre place, and those 2 or 3 acres aren't big enough for him. Like they have some chickens. He takes care of the chickens, getting the eggs. He most times feeds the horses. They usually had some sheep. I guess he didn't milk them because he was still too small then. But so what I'm saying is they have 2 or 3 acres, and my 5 year old nephew can't exactly, I mean, the place isn't big enough for him, because they also have some strawberries um, that he helps with. But this year they also want to put broilers out. So like all this stuff is things that he can do by himself. And if a customer, or let's say somebody in New York City, sees this little kid, what his family is doing and what he's doing, they're like, I'll give 10 or 15 bucks for a dozen of eggs. I just love what they're doing and everything. So like yeah, so this platform is here so that you can offer your items directly to people that eat them. You're not offering them to a company with a contract, and then that company sells them or sends them 5 hours away, and that is at last the middleman. Then they send them to different stores. No, you could literally pick the eggs from the chicken house that morning, pack them in the box, and have UPS pick them up that same day, let's say 2 o'clock. And in New York City, it just takes one day. for UPS. So you slap the label on there, UPS can pick up at your place. By the next day, the customer has your eggs in their kitchen. Like, that's so amazing to me. And there's people that have been doing this for years. Like, and there's people that, okay, so in Lancaster here, there's farmers that have the eggs, but the hard thing always was, where do I advertise them? Because the advertising is, again, making the website is one thing that is hard, costs a lot. And then once the website is created, it's like, you're way down here, you have the website now, which is awesome. Anybody from around the world, if you have it set up around the United States, can order your eggs, but nobody knows about your website. So you have to do advertising, which costs a lot of money, And it's like, even if you just do the advertising and don't do it right, you might just simply lose a lot of money and not even get sales. Because overall, because you are now shipping the items, your price is pretty high, otherwise you would just get out of business because you're not making a profit. So your price is pretty high, and then somebody sees it and it's like, it's a new farmer, he doesn't have any testimonies of other people that are enjoying his food. So it's like, I don't want to give $10 a dozen for my eggs plus shipping. So it's like, nah, I'll just stay away. But so here at U-Neac, we offer the website, the platform. You can put it on our website, and there will already be a lot of people that are looking for Lancaster County Amish kind of food, or not exactly Amish kind of food, but healthy food. That is one thing that we have here in Lancaster, in areas, but outside of Lancaster, it's so hard to find, and people are willing to give the price. I'm telling you, on our farm, we offer raw milk in gallon jugs for $12.50 a gallon. And we have not a whole lot, but we have customers or people that get 4 gallons at a time. So it's 48.50, 12.50 is $50 for 4 gallons of milk. But the milk is in big jugs and it's heavy and it expires. Like, so you have to keep it cold. So we pack in insulated boxes, ice packs, and then you have a big 14 by 14 box with insulation ice packs of milk, and it's like 45 pounds. So that costs quite a bit to ship with UPS. So they literally give $50 for 4 gallons of milk, plus another 40 or 45 for the shipping. So they're literally giving $90 for 4 gallons of milk. So, like, what I'm saying is, there's people out there that want the stuff that we have access to for $5. And it's up to us as the producer, not as a company, but up to you, up to families like yours, or up to individuals that want to offer these items online. So U-Neac is the website or the platform that you can put your stuff on. And because there's already people, currently it's just starting out, but very soon, currently we're looking for vendors to offer their items, and then we'll get more and more customers. And then once we have a lot more items, then people are gonna be looking on this website for a lot of stuff, whether it is sheds. The way it's set up, we will be able to offer almost anything: sheds, furniture, food, baked goods, canned goods, foods, raw milk, butter, cream. What else do you have? Are you like a Sissel affiliate? Or if you want to do Young Living, just like kind of educate people about Young Living, which the education part will be a little bit on the side, but it will be on the same website, same platform, and you can do that as well. But as far as offering ads, you can pretty much do anything, including puppies, animals, live animals, or slaughtered animals. So if you want to do broilers, you want to raise broilers this summer, or chickens, or sheep milk, goat milk, whatever you want to do, it's almost limitless. But we have to do it correctly because obviously we live in the United States. There's regulations. On the outside of this, people need licenses, but that is so licenses and USDA and all the regulation stuff is something that, again, so we can kind of bypass it. Now, obviously, here in Lancaster, a lot of things are bypassed just because the community here is so, they want their things. Like, let's say raw milk. Raw milk is not publicly for sale or legal. It's not legal to sell raw milk publicly in like 5 states in the United States, I believe. And New Jersey is one of those. And Delaware, I believe. And I think New York just passed, maybe. But there's still some restrictions. You can't exactly sell it in stores publicly, but maybe you could pick it up at the farm if it's in New York or something. But anyway, there's a way that we can, I don't want to say bypass, but the way it's set up, it's very unique, and it takes some paperwork, but once it's set up, it's possible. Like, and here in Lancaster County, we kind of understand that concept because if there's 300 families that want raw milk, even if it's not legal to sell it publicly, in Lancaster, I mean, just the people here are educated. If somebody wants raw milk and there's 300 families, somebody's going to get 5 cows. 10 different people are going to get 5 cows. They're going to make it happen somehow. Like, there's so much knowledge, so much wisdom on how to do farming that somehow it will happen. And even because the people here are so business minded or entrepreneurship minded that they will somehow offer their items. And if you stay on a small scale, you don't have to really worry about licenses, about, let's say, some taxes and all that, like all the details. But here at U-Neac, we do not do anything illegal. It's the way that it's set up that we can kind of get past that, and I'll show you more details on how to do that. But I'm telling you, the options are like unlimited. So where shall I start? So yes, you can literally offer almost whatever you got. I guess I kind of pretty much covered that area. Then how do you get it to the customer? So there's a couple different ways. If you have computer access, you can directly go on the website. I'll help sign you up and get all the paperwork, which pretty much all you have to do to become a beneficiary, what other people would call vendors, is to fill out the application, and then the team at U-Neac has to approve it. And then you, as a beneficiary, are allowed to offer your items to other beneficiaries. So both you and the quote unquote customer would have to fill out the application, Once that is done, you're both a beneficiary, and one beneficiary can offer their items to another beneficiary. So yes, and a very interesting point is we're not selling from one beneficiary to the other. We're offering. Okay, are you getting it? So thus, we're not selling, so there's no taxes involved. Got it? Again, we're not doing anything illegal. And you might ask, don't we give unto Caesar what belongs to Caesar? The thing is, yes, but but we do not give unto Caesar what does not belong to him. So the way it's set up, and I'll explain more of this, but for now you get the concept. There's no taxes because we're not selling anything. We are offering our items in exchange for a gift, which that gift would be money. So let's say I want to offer a gallon of milk for $10. So I offer it in exchange for a suggested gift amount. Now you might say, suggested gift amount? Does that mean if they suggest just giving $5, they can get it? But the thing is, nope. If they suggest giving less than the $10 that I asked, then they just don't get it. So it's, we offer the items in exchange for a gift amount. And then, yeah, so just the way it's set up, and that we don't have to worry about taxes. Sound good? And I'll get more into that. So, okay, back to how to offer it on the website. All you have to do to become a beneficiary is fill out the application, and then the team at U-Neac has to approve it. Then if you have computer access, you can go directly on the website, log into or create your account, log into your account, and put your item in there. Put a picture on there, put a description of the item, the title, the donation amount that you suggest, and then upload that product. And if you have 10 items, you can add all of them, and you'll have your own page or your own little block where you explain who you are, maybe a picture of your family if you want to, or if you don't want a picture, you could do anything, a logo or whatever you want. If you want to share your family picture or just any picture or not picture, it doesn't have to be, then, and you can have your contact information on there if you want. And we can make that only beneficiaries can see your contact information. That way, if they have a question about your items, instead of coming directly to U-Neac, they would contact you directly. So that's an option. It's up to you. It's pretty much up to each beneficiary if they want to have their contact information on there or not. And even if you have a physical store or a place that people can stop in if they want eggs, we can also actually we have a certain page, a certain area that with a map, and if people are visiting Lancaster, they can say they're looking for eggs, they'll see this person has eggs, they'll just hit the address and go directly to your place. But the unique part that I'm talking about now would just be for shipping. Now obviously we can set pickup options if you offer that. So fill out the application, sign into your account, fill the vendor, your picture, your vendor information, add all your product, your items, not product, your items, then publish them, and anyone can get them. So that is how you do it if you have computer access. If you don't have computer access, there's a couple different ways. The team at U-Neac can connect with you and take pictures for you and just put all that information in there, then yeah, they'll help you everything from start to finish. Then how do you get your food to the customer? Once the customer, actually it's not a customer, it's a beneficiary, but when they place the order, how do you get the food from the beneficiary to the receiver beneficiary? Okay, so most of it would be shipped with UPS or FedEx, or if they're local, we could do some local options, 9 to 5 or whatever. And there are some other providers that could possibly do it. But as of now, we're mostly looking at UPS or USPS, Mailman. And so if you, a couple of different ways. For one, you could pack the item in the box, put the shipping label on it. If you have computer access, put the shipping label on it, and you just send it directly to them. The second option is if you don't have computer access or you don't want to do all the packing, because it can become a lot of work if you just sell one item one day, and obviously you don't need to ship every day. You could do even just one day a week. Just get all the orders, and then let's say Mondays, all your orders that were placed the previous week get shipped out. So you can either do the shipping yourself, or we will very soon have different locations that offer the packing material and stuff. So they could have, let's say if you have books to sell, you could give your books or whatever it is to the neighboring packing facility, not facility, but the local packing location, unique packing location. And then they can just simply pack everything for you. That way you don't have to worry about all the packaging, the shipping label, and all that stuff. And also we will be looking for people that want to do that shipping. It will be something that even mothers could do if they're raising kids, taking care of the household. Just a couple hours a day, just go out in the barn, fill out, everything should be marked with barcodes, get the orders, print off shipping labels, pack everything. I mean, you could literally train your 5-year-old on how to get the item. Then obviously you want to oversee it, but you get the point. So somehow there's a way that if you have a computer access or not, the food will get to the customer or to the beneficiary. So that is explained. I now explained what we offer on the platform and how you can offer your item on there and how you will ship the item. And that is just kind of one part of U-Neac Ministry. But that's pretty much how everything works. So if you are ready to get started, on the main menu, I believe, will be ways that you sign up and how to fill the application. Or if you're watching this video, then wherever you're watching, it'll have options there on how to become a beneficiary, how to get started with this, and sometimes, I'm also going to explain more of the tax items or how. Oh, and the other cool thing, this is the cool part. You don't need regulations. You don't need a license. You don't need, what else don't you need? Let's say if you want to do, okay, let me finish my train of thought before I hop to something else. The way it's set up, you don't need to get a license. Why? Because, I mean, obviously now we might not be able to offer everything on here because of the license thing. But if you are a regular person, a regular household, why would you want a license? But it's because the way the United States is currently set up, you kind of need a license for everything. Just because everything is regulated anyway, and that is a whole part on its own. I'll get into that in the future. If you want to know detail by detail, I would love to very soon have a maybe in person and explain a lot more. But short story is because we're offering it to our beneficiary, to another beneficiary. We're not selling anything. So for that, we don't need a license because we're not selling it. We're offering it. You might say, how is there a difference? Well, it's because of the way the United States is set up. Anyway, then you might say, why or how do we get around the licensing part? The thing is, we're not in business. U-Neac is not in business. We offer our items in exchange for a gift amount. And obviously there's paperwork behind that, but everything has been set up. You might say, has this been done before? And it has. You just don't hear a whole lot about it. And so far it hasn't really been out there, but that's a thing on the side. Okay, so this podcast is coming to a half hour. So I want to kind of wrap up. I went over what we offer on U-Neac, how you can become a beneficiary and how you can offer your items, then how we ship the items, that we can possibly avoid the taxes, the licensing, and all that kind of regulation stuff. So that is pretty much that part. Then another option that is made available is if you are a small business or even a big business, or you want to start your own business, we can help you arrange it. I have a couple different ways. We have a couple different ways that we can cover you. Whether, let's say if you want to start something, let's say you want to, through the winter when it snows, you don't have work because of the snow, but you would love to help out the neighbor with some snow plowing. But because of the regulations, the insurance, and all that stuff, it's like you kind of shy away from starting a small snow plowing business, because if you damage something, the customer could get you in trouble and you'd have to pay. They could sue you because they could do bad things, like take you to court. And obviously we don't want anything to do with that. And the way this is set up, it is like, I could literally help get this set up under U-Neac, that you pretty much don't pay anything for the setup. You can just do it. You do their snow plowing or snow scraping, whatever, in exchange for a gift amount. So you're not doing, yes, you're doing it for a gift amount. And obviously they would become a beneficiary as well. And because they are a beneficiary and you're a beneficiary, we can work it out that there is no way that they can turn around on you. So that is one option. The other is if you already have a business, maybe you have people working for you, we can set up the same ministry trust kind of platform where you can offer whatever you are making in exchange for a gift amount. And you can do this whether you already have a license, or if you have employees. There's like this, guys, it's limitless almost, except restaurants and food trucks. We can also do some things there, but for the most part, that is a bit limited. But other than that, even if you have a shared company, um, whatever you got, like there's options. And on the phone list, if you want more information on this, if you're watching on video, um, on the main menu or wherever you found this, there will be more options. Or you can connect with me at U-Neac.org. Or if you're watching on the or just listening in, you can call 717-40 U-Neac, which is 717-408-6322, I believe. And that will give you the different options on multiple things that we talked about. Um, so yeah, one more thing that I want to cover. What is U-Neac? As you can see in the background there, it's spelled U-N-E-A-C, but it's pronounced unique. So what that stands for is Unique Network of Exceptional Amish Collections. So even that name kind of tells you what it's all about. It's about a unique network of exceptional Lancaster County collection things. Um, yeah, and the goal. So the vision that, or where I got this dream or this vision about starting this is actually when we were on a mission trip in South America. On the way over, I was on the plane, just sitting there, and it mission trips are always so much fun because even though I'm in business and in missions, it's like I get business ideas every time on mission trip. Like, let's say I'm on the plane for 5 hours. 5 hours, you're literally not really doing anything. And while most of the people are there watching a little terrible movie, I'm there just simply. Sometimes I'm listening to maybe a YouTube video or something, or music. But on the inside, the Holy Spirit is just revealing so many different things that could be done. So in this particular instance, I believe we were on the way to Colombia in South America, and somehow the Holy Spirit just kind of, you know, gave me these ideas, and we were um, like just kind of thinking, or me and the Holy Spirit. I'm not sure if you would say talking, but like we were like in communion is the right word, or fellowship. Like, how could we do this? Like, how could we offer our items? Actually, the main goal was how could we reach the people, both the people here in Lancaster and the people around the United States, because I live in the United States and this place needs God. Like, you might think South America or other countries need God, but this country, I'm telling you, we need the hand of God. Otherwise, I mean, there's some crazy things that are happening, which is exciting, but at the same time, if you don't know God, it's not going to be exciting for you. Anyway, so we want a way to reach the people in Lancaster, and Lancaster people are very mission minded. I'm telling you, I've seen it so much. Not just Lancaster County people, but like, let's say especially the Amish, the Mennonites, and Germans. I've been to Germany, and I've seen, if a German person gets their mind on something, there is no way that you can stop them. I've seen that both in mission work and in business. Like, yeah, so anyway, what I'm saying is Lancaster County people are so mission minded, which is amazing. Um, Now you might say, how, like, if you just have a little business, how can you be a part of missions? Guys, the thing is, doors are opening around the world. Um, and there's missionaries that if they'd have the money, and if God would open the doors, which God is opening the doors very fast right now. I've seen it with myself and my pastor. Um, the doors are opening around the world and in America here. But so the thing is, my pastor always says if he would have the money to do it, I mean, he could go anywhere. Like, and obviously we're led by the Holy Spirit. We don't just go anywhere because we feel like it. But even I have quite a few friends that are in Bible school and they love doing crusades and outreaches and stuff, like in the city, and where hundreds of people hear about Jesus for the first time here in America, hear about Jesus for the first time, and they receive Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior. So it's like, to me, that is the ultimate goal, to have people receive Jesus, because that's the only, other than Jesus, there's no point in living. Like, this world is, yes, we might be on this world for 80 to 100, 125 years, but that's so short according to eternity. This life is, the Bible talks about this life just being a pathway, or like we're just a pilgrim on the earth, like we're a missionary sent from above, where we come to this earth as a baby, and then we're here for 80 200 years. Some people not even that long. Some people come, stay for 2 years, come as a baby, stay for 2 years, then they go back to heaven, or the thing is, somewhere they will spend eternity. And here on the earth, the short time that we're here on the earth is the time. It's just like the step, it's just like the training ground. Like, you go to school to learn things, and now as a adult, it's like the 8 years that I spent in school, it's like those 8 years, I'm now like a totally different person. But if I wouldn't have learned the things in school that I learned, my life would be so much different. If I couldn't read, or if I couldn't write, obviously we'd have some way of communicating. But the thing is, on this earth is just our training ground till we get to eternity, whether it's heaven or hell. So the ultimate goal here is to reach people for Jesus. And so back to the thought about, if you have a business here in Lancaster, how can you be a part of it? The thing is, guys, there's people that would go all over the world to preach the gospel if they have the finances. They would do a crusade in the inner city if they had the finances. So you see, there's people on different levels. There's some people in business and they have money. There's some people that maybe just got out of Bible school or just got trained up, and they have the fire of God, and they're not afraid to go out there in front of the people and preach. But maybe they don't have the money. And if they don't have the money, they're not really, yes, they might have a job and then on the weekend do outreaches like that. But they also have other things to do. So what the businessman can do is give to the evangelist or the preacher or whoever, and the evangelist can take that to outreaches, do all kinds of things. Because, yeah, it's this gets me so excited. So if you have a business, you don't you don't have to make your products as cheap as possible. Even though if you want to do that, hey, whatever. The goal is, number one, to help you and your family survive, have a good life, make sure you're taken care of. Now, when I say a good life, I'm not talking about being crazy rich, and no, I mean, you know what I'm talking about. Just so that you can have good food, good healthy food, so that you can live at the place where you want to live, and you can take care of your rent or whatever you have, pay the loans off or whatever. Then that is number one. Number two is to help others, help ministries, help preachers, evangelists, whatever. I mean, currently, today is Thursday. This Sunday, we are actually going to Switzerland, which is, I'm super excited about it. We are going back to the place where our ancestors came from, to Zurich in Switzerland. If you know a lot about the Anabaptist history, um, apparently, if I understand it correctly, Zurich is the place that they used to live, and then they started getting persecuted, and then I think they went to Germany for a short period, and then they came to America. Um, but yeah, we're going back to the roots, and I'm believing that God will give me a deep passion for where we came from, and the miracles and the testimonies that we read about in that our forefathers went through. Like, they were preaching the gospel. They were Pastor David um, did some research on the Anabaptist history. One story that he talks about quite a bit, which is totally mind blowing, is um, now a couple of them popped in my mind, but the one is this guy was preaching the gospel, Anabaptist guy, and they were getting killed for preaching the gospel, and they still just started preaching. I mean, continued preaching because they had the fire of God. There is a book, The Power. What is it called? Where did they get the power from? That's not the right title. Um, but anyway, they were preaching the gospel. They were seeing miracles, the same miracles that we see in the book of Acts. They were happening everywhere, but at the same time, they were getting persecuted for it. Like, if you decided that you're going to follow Jesus, your very own family could have killed you or never communicated with you again. It's like, that is where our forefathers came from. And all the testimony that I was about to share, they had, so the whoever it was that was killing these preachers had one of the Anabaptists like tied up and ready to take him to the stake and burn him, I think. But they were going over a bridge. Now it's not really coming to me exactly how that was. But it was something like they put him on the bridge, then they had people on either side, and then they were gonna, it's not coming to me right now. But one testimony that I've heard, now this wasn't our Anabaptist, I believe this might have been Africa, but it doesn't matter where it was, it happened. Actually, it happened a couple of times. So this is also happening in Africa, where they get persecuted for preaching the gospel. So there was this preacher, he was going over a bridge in his vehicle. Then all of a sudden, obviously, the people that were trying to catch him knew where he was, so they put people on both sides of the bridge, so he couldn't go that way and he couldn't go back because there were people there. And he was pretty much in a trap. He closed his eyes, he prayed. The next thing he opened his eyes, guess where he was? He was not on the bridge anymore. He was totally somewhere else, sitting in his car with the parking brakes on. Guys, I'm serious. Miracles like this are happening. They're happening right now in America and around the world. Depends where you are. Like, you don't really hear anything about this. And I mean, even people are getting healed. I see it all the time, right down here in Baltimore. I mean, I live in Lancaster, but I go to Baltimore quite a bit. I see people getting healed all the time. And guys, yeah, it's 44 minutes now. But what I'm saying is, this is all about Jesus. It's all about people, and we can use our businesses to reach people, both the people that we're sending our food to and the people like here in Lancaster. Guys, we need Jesus. Anyway, all right, guys, I'm so excited about this. Um, like I said, you can connect with me. There's many different ways. If you're ready to hop in, just go to the main menu, and I'm here for you guys. All right, guys, I love you. God bless you. I'll talk with you again very soon. In Jesus' name.